Here we are, and I am live in Instagram and then also Facebook and of course YouTube. Welcome to 100 Days live podcast with me, Sonia from Live Podcast Media. And yes, it is a great evening and another long day for me from work and right away to the studio. Now it's already 11:09 p.m. And yes, it is really, really amazing how I can be here. So I'm proud of myself actually that I can push myself forward to go live streaming after the long day at work. So here I am on 100 Days live podcast sponsored by Blueberry, Ecam, Ecamm network, and I'm using Ecamm right now for my live streaming, and then also expert in you, piece of cake, voiceovers and vocals, and bioscience bridge. So thank you so much for all of those sponsors and also for all of you who have been supporting me and live podcast media to create this platform for the live streaming, especially for Ecom Network, that I can use this software to go live streaming every day. And today we are going to discuss about the growth in live streaming, podcasting, or anything on social media. Oh, bad hair day again. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. As long as I'm here, right? So, yeah, the growth. It can be discouraging for the new content creators, especially live streamer and podcasters, if we have no audience or we still have zero audience, or maybe you have been podcasting, live streaming, and posting your posts everywhere quite sometimes, but then nobody's watching, nobody uh, reaching you out, so you feel invisible, right? It can happen also, but to not discourage you to keep creating your content, right? Because we can grow with our content, so do not worry about that. Of course, it takes time and it takes a momentum, something like that, but you can grow. The growth is not only about the followers, but you can gain your growth in other ways also. Moment, I haven't closed the door properly. Oh my god. Done. So here we are. Yes, so you don't want to wait for an audience to create your great content, right? There will be the time for the right people, and then the right niches, the right community, the right prospect for clients will reach you out, and then will be touched by your hard work. So most of us as a content creator can start wrong, right? Including me. I waited to have followers to get serious, but I was really serious at that time, yes. But only I had no purpose besides overcoming my fears in front of the camera. That's all. I didn't have clear goal, so that when I gain my clarity, I create live podcast media for my brand. And at that time I discussed the name with Rob Greenlee, and he was the one who helped me to create this name also. So that's why I love live podcast media, because this is the place for me to grow also, and then to deliver and perform my brand, right? So let's ask ourselves about if we have 100 followers today, and then what kind of content you have ready, that you have already created, something like that. Then you can list it, and it will be great as the foundation to create your content, because we have already created our brand message, our brand story, even our signature message, right? And it will be great if we start to ask ourselves what kind of content. Sorry, I used my papers for my base here. And then also it will be great also to sit the tree to plant the seed. What I mean, it's like consider your brain is like a plant, right? It will be blooming, it will be fruitful one day when you start it now, and you nourish your plant, right? So it will grow, but maybe it's like a bamboo. You know that bamboo grow quite sometimes, but it is underground that you cannot see. Then once it grows, it will be very very fast. So it doesn't mean that if you don't have followers that you don't create something great. Only the right people, the right audience, the right clients haven't reached you out yet, but they are there. Maybe they are still shy, maybe they feel, oh, I don't need it now, then I will save it or something like that. I'm too busy, I still have 2 minutes. If they would like to reach you out, so no worry about that. And then you can do that also by creating, how to call it, people call it the content ecosystem, but for me it is not a kind of content ecosystem. It's just the place where you put your content that you feel that your audience or your prospect for clients or niches are there, right? For example, if you are into professionals, you can post on LinkedIn and build your LinkedIn, just as well as another LinkedIn guru. They can their what is it, visibility. I mean, in the professional way on LinkedIn, right? And then they make money on LinkedIn also. But you can also have the Facebook, or you can be a YouTuber also, or you can build your podcast also. It depends on your potential niches and the community you would like to build, right? So it is also important that for the beginners like me, for example, I don't follow the trend. I tend to create the evergreen topics, that the people always needed. So following the trends are good, but then it doesn't mean that you have to, because it is for the short term also sometimes. So then it will be very exhausted, and then you can have your burnout if you follow the trend that way. So for me, it is not playing the safe way, but I would like to have my library of content from my interviews, from my shows, from my programs, right? So for me, I prefer to have the evergreen contents. Of course, now the trend is about AI, and everyone talks about AI. In fact, AI help us also to plan our content, and then also to give the ideas of what kind of content we can deliver for our niches. It will be easier. It used to be done by virtual assistants and other content creator assistant, and sometimes we have to do long research before creating a meaningful content. What I mean is the great content for our brand, but now it is easier with AI. And yeah, you can plan that also. And of course, everyone talks about mindset in every program, right? To build something. Sometimes we need to change our mindset also, not to feel discouraged when we have zero followers or zero audience. And then, so let's put it the long game mindset. I mean, it is a long run, a long way to go. So if you quit before you have the audience, we never know when we will have our breakthrough, something like that, run. And we can see our metrics, of course, but then we can do a little research also, what kind of contents people are searching for, what kind of contents that your potential clients or your niches are needed or something like that. So we can also plan our growth actually. For me, there are so many kind of growth that I reached when I didn't have any community, when I didn't have any followers, and I haven't connected with many experts who support me in creating my live stream, right? So I consider it like the home base. The platform is my home base, especially on my website. So I link everything to my website. So that is why, and I am not everywhere. I am only active on certain social media. I am not on the X. I am there, but not very active. Also LinkedIn and Instagram, but mostly I use Facebook for my programs and events, and I use the YouTube as the media also for the live streaming. If I cannot be everywhere, sometimes I have difficulties to connect to Facebook and then Instagram for my live streaming, and now also LinkedIn. Then I can always share my YouTube link for you to watch us, something like that. So yes, the future is here, and then the audience is here too, but maybe they haven't met you yet, they haven't known you yet. This is why you need to be consistent and plan your content to be out there. Uh-oh, my I started to lose my voice already because it's been long days. Yes, so we don't need to wait for planning big to have to create our contents, right? To wait for the big followers, we don't need to wait. But because the growth that we can reach doesn't work like that, right? So it is really important to plan our growth early, and then what kind of growth you would like to gain when you have zero followers or zero audience. And then this is why the mindset of the future you is here. It is really really change our game in live streaming and podcasting, and also create the content, right? And of course there are so many uh, forms of growth that we can reach in live streaming and podcasting especially. So for me, my growth is about my skill, right? I used to be afraid in front of the camera, but now I can overcome it, even though, yeah, I've been very nervous still, but at least I have the will to go out there to be visible. You know, it wasn't easy for me. So what I mean is like, maybe it will be much more better if I started earlier. If I knew it, if I had the clarity that the growth is not only about followers, then it will be great for me to start early. But I waited for the right time, for the right moment, for the right place. Well, it didn't happen. I had to push myself to go live streaming so I can reach my growth, right? And then, so why this growth works for you even though you have no ideas? I mean, this certain growth, right? Because you build your search, we can call it, okay, search equity. People will search for certain topics, and you are there to deliver your topics, right? You perform well there, and then it means that you you are established, you have your platform, and then you have the library content in your social media. People can watch it anytime. Remember that even some songs from years ago can be viral in today's what is it, social media. It's not because at that time people would like to go viral, right? But then people make it viral today. And yeah, it can happen also with your content. So, and then also we can always repurpose our content after creating our content, so it's not only one or two form of content. You can change it from live streaming, and then also create reels or shorts, and then upload it to your podcast. Also, there are so many kind of repurposing content that you can do. For me, yesterday I have already explained that I would like to repurpose my content, my interviews, my shows into my book. So, yes, it will be great if you can do that. Mm, for the other way to gain growth is also for me is to collaborate with the other expert speakers. So I invite them to my show to share with us, so I grow that way. Also, I can get more experiences. I can learn from them. I know how to do it. If it suits me, then I can also apply it on my own brand, right? So you can also do the transporting, not following the trend, but you create the trend yourself. It will be great if you can do it. So you can create your own trend and put it on your portfolio for your course, for example. It will be great if you do that, right? And then of course it can help you to build your brand voice and also your brand personality by creating content. So it's not before, but after that, you know who you want to help better, because you will know who will contact you more, who will connect with you more, who will need you more. So it's about you and your brand, and also about your work. You can do the case study also. So many things, right? And then yeah, it will be great if we can do much more better uh, to gain our skill, and then also our experiences, our content library, even though we have zero followers. And I hope that it will help you out in the future. It's not only a short term or a short time game, but long term game changing. And what else would you like to uh, present as the content creator? So do not wait until that you gain until you gain the big followers, or it is okay to start with zero followers. So what kind of goals would you like to gain, or would you like to uh, get, or the outcomes of live streaming, podcasting, and also your other content? Please share with us here in the comments. And if you have any question, please do. You can reach me out also, not only in the comments, but also you can direct message me, or also email me to sonia@livepodcastmedia.com. So again, do not worry if you don't have any followers or you have zero audience. You still can reach your growth. For me, the growth that I have already reached is my skill and my quality is getting better in live streaming. It is, in my own opinion, of course, it must be different from you who are already the expert in live streaming and podcasting, and then you have the fancy studio and everything else. But I would like to show to the people that I can do it with a minimum equipment. Even at that time, I started to live stream on my mobile phone, and most of the platforms at that time, the last live streaming software were not on the mobile yet. So I had to use my laptop. I have to use my PC, something like that. So it can happen, and do not worry, and do not forget that you already have your content library when you go live streaming and podcasting, and also you create other contents, right? So there are so many growth that you can have from going live streaming and podcasting or create other contents. So yes, the skill, the quality, you will have it more. You will be better also. You have the content library, and also you have more visibility so people can see you more or know you more. Then also you can repurpose your content from it, right? And then also to not forget, you have more relationship and network after doing live streaming and podcasting and create more contents. Of course, the contents with the goals, so not just content that you would like to share every day with a lot of there are many gurus who teach their clients to be visible. You have to create certain contents at certain hours with the frequency. I don't know, but for me it's not about the frequency. Also sometimes it is about quality, but we can do both. We can do the quality content with the good frequency, right? As long as we commit to it. And then also the system, we can create the system also from our plan to create the content itself, and we can be efficient without feeling burning out. We have already discussed it. It can be very very exhausting, and then also we can get burnout. Um, we can feel stuck when we create content. So we really need to manage our time and energy also for it, right? So those are what I would like to share today about the growth without having an audience or zero followers. So do not worry, you can build your content from the very beginning, even though you have no followers or no audience. Keep doing it, keep driving, and I love you all. And we'll see you tomorrow. Again, I would like to thank all of the sponsors who have been supporting me on 100 Days Live podcast. Katie Fox from Ecam Network. I'm using Ecam for my live streaming right now. And then Todd Cochran from Blueberry for my podcast. Ann Carden from Expert in You. Jody Krengel, who has been our sponsor and guest expert speaker also on 100 Days Live podcast from Piece of Cake Voice Overs and Vocals, and Mark Stinson from Bioscience Spirits, and I'm looking forward to talk to him also on our show. And yeah, I think he is still in Australia for his holiday. I hope that he will drop by and meet me in Bali. Okay, and I have to go now so that I can wake up early to start my work again tomorrow morning. Don't forget to follow me, and I mean to follow Live Podcast Media. Of course, we are on the Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and also YouTube. So if you have any question, please do. And I love you all. Do not forget to share about your growth that you reach by creating content, especially in live streaming and podcasting. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. See you.